In 2025, AI decoded thousands of ancient Sumerian tablets untouched for over a century. The revelations go beyond history, suggesting humanity was engineered as separate groups with unique roles, some conditioned to accept their status silently. What does this mean for our understanding of race, inequality, and human nature? The story begins in ancient Mesopotamia, in cities like Eridu and Nippur, where archaeologists uncovered thousands of Sumerian tablets, the oldest known writing system, predating Egyptian hieroglyphs by centuries. For over 100 years, most tablets remained untranslated, stored in museums, broken or forgotten because cuneiform was complex and ambiguous. Scholars only managed to translate small fragments, revealing bits of myths and history, but never the full story. In 2025, advanced AI trained on Sumerian, Akkadian, and Babylonian texts changed everything. These systems recognized patterns human experts missed, predicted missing symbols, and linked tablets from distant sites. Suddenly, the tablets formed coherent, detailed records, not just myths, but descriptions of labor systems, classifications, experiments, and what some interpret as early ideas of biological manipulation. They suggested humanity may have been intentionally designed in some form, rather than solely naturally evolved or divinely created, and viewed as having specific roles by their creators. The story takes a shocking turn when AI reconstructed the tablets and compared them. The Sumerians didn't describe a single origin of humanity or one creation story. Instead, they told several, each explaining different types of humans created for distinct purposes. This wasn't just poetic variation or regional storytelling. These were consistent, systematic classifications repeated across tablets from different times and cities. Each group had specific names that remained unchanged over centuries. The first group was made for pure labor, crafted from clay and divine essence but unable to reproduce. Each worker was individually shaped by the gods through rituals, designed to obey, work hard, and eventually wear out. They had strong bodies but limited minds, able to follow orders without question. However, this system was unsustainable. The gods, known as the Anunnaki, grew frustrated as too many workers died and too few were replaced, causing delays in their plans on Earth. So they created a second group, humans who could reproduce and maintain their population, but these came with programmed limits. Some were physically strong but mentally weak, others were intelligent but physically frail. Each group was built for a specific role in the cosmic hierarchy that the gods aimed to control. The tablets describe this process in disturbing detail, mixing clay with blood and divine essence in precise amounts, adjusting the recipe based on the group's intended function. AI also uncovered long misunderstood phrases. What was once thought to be poetic, like those blessed with divine favor, actually meant those programmed for compliance. The chosen people were actually the selected prototype. If accurate, these texts suggest humanity was created as distinct groups from the start, each designed with specific physical and mental traits to fit predetermined roles in a cosmic order we never chose. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming journeys. As AI explored the Sumerian tablets, a striking picture emerged. The texts describe a process of creating, testing, and refining humans, resembling product development rather than traditional divine creation stories. The gods reportedly made several versions of humanity, testing and approving or discarding them. Some early groups were returned to the clay or cast into the rivers when they didn't meet expectations. One passage mentions the clay of restless voice, referring to humans who questioned their roles and sought purpose. Considered defective, they were eliminated, not for rebellion but curiosity. Another group with limbs too weak to bear tools was sent away to be forgotten, implying that those who failed their tasks were discarded. The tablets identify successful groups with names and territories. Terms like Lulu may refer to humans created for labor, while Sag-Gig, or black-headed people, describes those built for endurance and obedience. Other groups had distinct traits, such as pale dwelling from stone and wind, and red soil walkers hardened by harsh environments. These differences appear to be intentional and engineered. The text suggests these distinctions were purposeful designs rather than environmental adaptations. They raise challenging questions about social divisions and hierarchies, though these ideas remain interpretations of ancient writings, not established scientific facts. The story continues beyond the early human prototypes. The tablets reveal that even after creating humans who could reproduce and sustain their populations, the gods were not fully satisfied. These humans were obedient and productive, but had limitations, dying quickly and learning slowly. Knowledge didn't accumulate across generations, and there was no clear evolution beyond their original design. This brings us to a key figure, Adapa. Unlike mass-produced humans, Adapa was uniquely created by Enki, the god of wisdom and water, who personally oversaw his creation. The tablets suggest Enki performed a special enhancement to give Adapa unique traits. Adapa was said to have divine sight and words that moved the heavens. He could speak, reason, lead, innovate, and learn from experience, passing knowledge forward. His mind was described as sharp yet adaptable to new situations. However, Adapa's enhanced abilities came with limits. Enki ensured Adapa would not challenge divine authority by programming his intelligence within defined boundaries. One well-known story describes Adapa's visit to the heavens, where Anu, the sky god, offered him the food of eternal life. This was a test, not a gift. Enki warned Adapa not to eat or drink anything offered. Adapa refused immortality, deciding to follow his instructions which, according to the texts, sealed humanity's mortal fate. Adapa's creation marked a new model of humans capable of civilization and complex society, but still limited in key ways. The tablets indicate this enhanced model was given selectively. Some groups inherited Adapa's traits, while others remained with more basic designs focused on survival and labor. This, the texts suggest, created a lasting social hierarchy. Some were capable of leadership and innovation, while others were destined to follow and serve. These ideas are interpretations of ancient writings, not facts. The story takes a dramatic turn with a divine conflict among the Anunnaki that influenced humanity's fate. On one side was Enki, the creator of Adapa and called Father of Humanity, who encouraged humans to gain greater abilities and freedoms. He saw humanity's potential to think, adapt, and evolve as partners in the cosmic order, not merely tools. On the other side stood Enlil, commander of divine order, who demanded strict obedience and saw human advancement as chaos threatening the established hierarchy. Enlil opposed Adapa's enhanced intelligence and viewed Enki's actions as a betrayal. According to the tablets, this struggle had immediate consequences. Some gods supported human progress, secretly teaching agriculture, astronomy, metallurgy, and writing. These gifts helped civilizations grow, enabling art and advanced technology. Other groups were reportedly suppressed, with knowledge and development restricted. These populations were described as simple, silent, controlled, monitored to prevent unauthorized progress, and punished if they crossed limits. AI translations show differences. Some groups were called keepers of the grain and makers of laws, while others were those without name, seen as laborers without identity. This division is portrayed as a systematic program of selective enhancement and suppression, creating lasting social hierarchies. Groups favored by the gods became ancestors of dominant civilizations, others remained underprivileged with limited opportunities. The conflict culminated when Enlil decided the human experiment had gone too far. According to the texts, he planned a great flood to wipe out humanity and restart the project anew. Before the flood, the tablets reveal descriptions of technologies surprisingly advanced for their time, technologies unexpected in ancient texts. Initially, researchers thought these passages were symbolic or corrupted, but as AI translated and compared more tablets, a pattern emerged. The Sumerians documented devices and knowledge said to be given by their gods. One passage describes vehicles with wings of wood and metal roaring across the sky, powered by fire within, and another mentions liquid metal sealed in heat, moved by pulse and thunder. While previously seen as poetic, AI uncovered repeated technical terms like wings, containers, heat sources, propulsion, and thunder, possibly meaning controlled explosions or energy release. These descriptions may reflect technical knowledge, maintenance, and operation instructions, concepts beyond typical mythological storytelling. The tablets suggest this knowledge wasn't shared equally. Advanced metallurgy, engineering, and early chemistry were given selectively, while other groups remained without fundamental scientific understanding. Descriptions of weapons burning the earth, or devices splitting mountains with fire, and cities that vanished in a day, have been interpreted by mainstream archaeology as natural disasters portrayed mythologically. Some researchers propose these could hint at advanced technologies, but such ideas remain speculative. The texts portray a civilization managed from above, with humans placed within a controlled hierarchy. Even within lower tiers, access to knowledge and technology was regulated to maintain power structures. Those who reportedly tried to share forbidden knowledge faced harsh consequences. A line states, "They were shown the mountain, and the mountain did not return them," implying that those who challenged the system disappeared. If these ideas about human origins and cosmic resets challenge your perspective, comment and tell us how it changes your view of history. The most unsettling part of these tablets isn't just the past, it's what they suggest about the future. The Sumerians weren't only record keepers, according to the texts, they also observed cosmic cycles that most of humanity was not meant to understand. For centuries, priests in cities like Ur and Babylon tracked eclipses, planetary alignments, and star movements with remarkable accuracy, even without modern tools. They did this not simply out of curiosity, but in anticipation of certain events. A celestial body called Nibiru is repeatedly mentioned. Said to follow a long orbit returning every 3,600 years, it is described as the crossing, the destroyer, and the one who veils the light. Each time it returns, the texts suggest, a major reset occurs. Existing power structures dissolve, and new hierarchies form. Some groups are described as expendable, designed to be removed at the cycle's end. These resets are portrayed as planned events, embedded in the system from the start. Certain groups called Watchers and Guardians were said to survive resets, maintaining knowledge and control through cycles. According to the texts, these survivors descended from those with advanced abilities and technology, positioned to regain influence after each reset. The tablets imply we may be approaching another reset linked to Nibiru's return. However, humanity now has technologies that could help anticipate and respond to such changes. The key question raised is whether humanity can overcome long-standing influences, genetic and cultural conditioning designed to keep us divided and controlled, or if we will unknowingly follow these patterns until the next reset occurs. The most controversial part of these tablets isn't ancient myth, it's what they seem to suggest about human divisions. The Sumerians did not describe humanity as a single creation that later diversified. Instead, some texts appear to show groups with distinct physical traits, mental abilities, and roles structured within a cosmic hierarchy. This goes beyond culture or identity, hinting at division into different groups with specific social functions. AI identified consistent categories across tablets from various regions and periods. One group, called the Clay of Strength, is described as physically strong but less focused on abstract thinking, assigned to labor-intensive jobs. Another, the Blood of Brightness, had skills related to mathematics, astronomy, and religious duties, managing populations and holding privileges like temple access. A third group, the Shadow-formed ones of Silent Hands, were skilled workers characterized by submission and exclusion from leadership roles. The tablets also associate these groups with physical traits linked to environments: dark-skinned for hot climates, light-skinned for intellectual roles, and reddish-skinned for endurance in harsh lands. While scholars once viewed these as poetic metaphors, AI analysis alongside archaeology and genetics raises questions about these distinctions. The texts imply deep-rooted social structures maintained by psychological and perhaps biological factors. If viewed as symbolic or mythological, these stories reflect ancient understandings of social roles and human diversity. Any claims about genetics or fixed inequalities remain interpretations, not scientific facts. The most unsettling question is why this information is emerging now. After thousands of years of untranslated tablets, artificial intelligence has helped us decode them and explore related topics like human genetics, revealing possible hidden patterns in behavior and abilities. We are at a point where technology allows us to examine ancient ideas about human origins, including genetic and psychological factors that may have influenced civilization's development. But what should we do with these insights? Some experts view these tablets as mythology, symbolic stories rather than literal accounts, and explain human differences through natural evolution and environmental factors. Others find intriguing parallels between ancient descriptions, archaeology, and genetics that invite further exploration. This discussion goes beyond whether figures like Enki and Enlil were historical or mythological. It raises questions about whether human origins involved specific designs affecting today's social divisions, rather than solely natural processes. This moment is significant. AI capabilities are advancing rapidly. Genetic engineering is becoming more common, and creating enhanced humans may soon be possible. We might either continue existing patterns or find ways to move beyond inherited limitations. For the first time, we can study systems that may have influenced division and inequality throughout history. Past efforts to unite humanity and share knowledge faced suppression, with many voices lost. Now, new insights come from AI, analyzing data without human biases or emotional conditioning that reinforce division. This technology may offer fresh perspectives to help humanity understand and transcend age-old separations toward greater unity. Don't miss out on future videos exploring these fascinating translations and predictions. Subscribe now and join the journey into ancient secrets. What does this mean for humanity's future? If the tablet's stories are accurate, and humans were created with distinct roles, it challenges our understanding of human nature, social justice, and equality. However, there is hope. For the first time, we can explore how genetic and psychological factors may have influenced human divisions. Maybe we can overcome these patterns. The tablets describe some humans as workers and followers, others as capable of growth and change. The choice is ours: accept divisions or use new knowledge in genetics and psychology to move beyond old limits. This is not just philosophical. Technology is advancing toward large-scale genetic modification, improving health, intelligence, and lifespan. But these advances could also risk deepening inequalities if misused. The tablets suggest cycles where advanced civilizations created divisions instead of equality. Can we learn from this history and break the cycle? There is also the possibility, described in the texts, that creators named in the tablets continue to influence our evolution, overseeing human development and social order. Nibiru's return is called a reset, a managed event reshaping society and power structures. This might signal a future judgment of humanity's progress or a call for change. The rise of AI could be a key part of this process, helping us understand our origins and prepare for what comes next. What comes next? A chance for liberation and unity, or another restructuring based on unknown forces? The future, and the choice, are ours. The ancient Sumerian tablets, recently translated by AI, revealed genetic and psychological modifications meant to keep humanity divided and controlled. These divisions are not natural, but engineered, creating permanent castes maintained biologically. The tablets link persistent inequalities, differences in intelligence and temperament, and varied abilities to these ancient modifications, viewing humans as tools optimized for specific roles. Now, we have the power to change this. AI and genetic engineering can reveal hidden truths and help overcome these built-in limits. Will we stay divided and controlled, or become unified and free? This choice could determine humanity's fate. What do you think? Are the tablets literal or symbolic? How does this fit with evolution and genetics? Most importantly, what should we do if this knowledge is accurate? Share your thoughts. This conversation is urgent as our time to shape destiny may be short. If this video opened your mind, subscribe and hit the bell. More videos will explore these topics, including genetic modifications and Nibiru's predictions. The truth about our origins may be unsettling, but it could also be the key to our freedom.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.